The open skies and open spaces of New Mexico have proven to be a vital crossroads for military activity since the early 20th century. And over the past 70 years, our state has always answered the call. The course of U.S. history changed on the morning of December 7, 1941.
Just after the attack on Pearl Harbor and we entered World War II, it became apparent that we had to greatly improve our military.
In less than a week, the Albuquerque Army Air Base began establishing the first wartime advanced flying school. The base hosted more than 2,000 pilots, bombardiers, and navigator trainees for the new B-17 Flying Fortress since June of 1941. New Mexico's airports, like the Port Air Base in Clovis, became vital to national security. In 1942, the Albuquerque Air Base, which too was once privately owned, became the Kirtland Army Airfield. That same year, and more than 200 miles south, the Alamogordo Army Air Base was opened, and in 1943, the Port Airfield became the Clovis Army Air Base.
We're blessed with great flying weather, and we're also blessed on a low population density.
By 1945, thousands of military personnel were calling New Mexico home. B-29 stationed at the Alamogordo base were beginning to see more action in the Pacific Theater. Pilots were training at both Clovis and Albuquerque air bases, and the barren deserts, which would become part of the White Sands Proving Ground, ushered the world into the atomic age. After the war, swift advancements were taking place in New Mexico's military hubs. The German V-2 rocket, recovered by Allied forces, were shipped to and tested at White Sands. In September of 1947, the United States Air Force was officially formed, putting Kirtland, Alamogordo, and Clovis under a new military jurisdiction. Kirtland continued the mission of developing and testing the nation's nuclear arsenal, due in large part to its proximity to Los Alamos and Sandia Labs.
Working on all the weapons at that time, that was the buildup for the Cold War and our two-stage thermonuclear weapons.
In 1954, at the newly christened Holloman Air Force Base in Alamogordo, Colonel John P. Stapp became the fastest man on Earth by riding a rocket-propelled test slide traveling at speeds of 632 miles an hour. In 1960, Captain Joseph W. Kittinger Jr. stepped out of an open-air balloon gondola, free-falling more than 102,000 feet. And in 1963, escape system tests for the Apollo launch took place at the White Sands Missile Range. By the early 1960s, the United States was engulfed in the Vietnam conflict. F-100 fighter jets stationed at Cannon Air Force Base, formerly the Clovis Army Airfield, were deployed to Thailand and South Vietnam. Holloman's 49th Tactical Fighter Wing was deployed over theaters in An Loc and Hanoi. During 5 months of combat, not a single aircraft or pilot was lost. Today, New Mexico's bases continue to be at the forefront of defense and development. Holloman's 49th Fighter Wing played a key role in Operation Iraqi Freedom, dropping some of the first bombs against Iraqi leadership in March of 2003.
Today, White Sands supports the war on terror by an organization called ITRA, which is headquartered here in Kirtland, and that's a organization that is under Department of Homeland Security. Much of what they do is classified.
Cannon's mission shifted in the summer of 2006 to a Special Operations Command. Among many of their current missions is operational unarmed vehicles, drones that are literally piloted all over the world from eastern New Mexico. And Kirtland remains the 6th largest installation in the Air Force, staying on the forefront of nuclear development for both war and peacetime applications. Chad Brummett, Legendary New Mexico.